Alrighty. Well, I guess today I'll be doing a wheelie tutorial. Now, me personally, I think they're kind of pointless, but a lot of people have been asking me to do one, so I guess I'll do one. Maybe it'll help someone. But yeah, when I was younger, I've watched them before, and I don't know, I don't think they really help, but maybe it'll help someone. So yeah. Now I'll be doing it on a Raptor 700, which is a relatively easy four-wheeler to wheelie. 400s are probably the best. 450s are a little bit harder, but yeah. So let's get to it, I guess. Now, the most important thing in my eyes is to just get comfortable with going back on the bar. Put it in first gear, and we're just going to go back, try to put it on the bar, and just get comfortable with that. Because that, in my eyes, that's the most important thing. You're not going to be able to do one-handers, do hand drags, knee knockers, anything, if you're not comfortable with going back. That's how it is in my eyes. And obviously the back brake, you got to get used to using that. But yeah. So okay, so to pop it up, timing is usually key. You don't really need to on a 700, but usually you just want to stay a little kind of putting. And I like to stand up and then bounce down on the seat. And right as I hit the seat, you hit the gas. Once you come up, you're going to want to just feather the gas and kind of let your arms hang back. Let your body weight kind of hang and hold on with your arms. So I'm standing right now, kind of just letting it put. Once I hit the seat, I'm going to hit the gas and pull it up. Now a lot of people are going to do exactly what I just did, where you come up, you get to that certain point, and then you get scared and you let off the gas. That's what you got to get used to. You got to get past that point and come all the way back. It's going to take a while, but that's going to look like this. See, I got to that balance point to where you can feather the throttle and just keep it going. Now, like I said, you're going to want to get comfortable with going back on the bar. And even though I don't like doing it, I'm going to put it on the bar just to show that as long as you're in first gear and you're in grass, nothing bad is going to happen. Alright, there we go. Put it on the bar. Just let go, push it back down. Now, luckily this is fuel injected, but if your bike's carbureted, if you put it on the bar, just try to flip it back over quickly because you'll flood your carb. And in that case, if you don't know what that looks like, when you go to start it again, it's just going to turn over. It's not going to want to start up. So just let it sit for a few minutes and then it'll fire right back up. But yeah, nothing happened. Bar's fine. Everything's fine. A little bit of grass though. And you really are just going to want to, you're going to kind of want to do that to get used to it. I know it's probably scary, but it's just what you got to do. Everyone has to go through it. And after you do that, that's when you can try to pop it up, get it pretty far back. Because when you're in first gear, the bike's gonna want to be standing almost 90 degrees in order to keep that wheelie going. If you're going a little faster in third gear, you can kind of keep it at this point. But for first gear, you just got to be all the way back and just feather that throttle. So I'll do a few of those and show you what it's going to look like. Notice there, the bike was revving really high. That's because I wasn't that far back, and I also wasn't using the back brake. In order to get them real slow wheelies, you got to go far back, you got to feather the throttle and also feather that back brake. I'll show you what that looks like. Now, it is going to be hard to get over that fear of going all the way back. I think what helped me is I put my foot back on the bar. Make sure it's your left foot so that you keep that foot on the back brake. That kind of eases the fear of it, I guess. That's what helped me. So just keep putting it back on that bar over and over and over again. Because like I said, that's going to be the only way to get comfortable with doing other stuff like hand drags and, you know, all that fancy stuff that people like doing. To do fast wheeling, some people can pull it up in 4th gear and just ride it out. That's what I used to do on my 450. But when I learned to shift, it's a lot easier, at least for longer wheelies. So I'll go over it one more time. First gear, rolling, stand up. Once your butt hit that seat, just bang throttle. Keep doing that over and over and over again. Once you get used to popping it up, then you can try to ride it out. Once you get used to that, then try to drop it back some more. You're gonna hit the bar, but that's just what you gotta do. Look, out. There's the bar. Flip it back over. I already freaking did it again. These you do have to watch out. If you're using a Yamaha, the 450s, the Raptors, whatever they are, the subframes and the bars on them suck. This is a 2022, and I've maybe put it back on the bar before today, maybe 3 or 4 times. Because these, I already lost one bolt, and the other ones keep coming loose, and this bar comes up. So just always make sure before you know you're gonna put it on the bar, make sure your bar is tight, because that comes up. That's how you start to crack plastics, and no one wants to do that. I know the 400EX, the Hondas, their bars are really good because they're built into the subframe and they're really strong. My LTZ, never had an issue with that one, and I put that thing on the bar hundreds of times. But the Yamahas, they're horrible with it. So if you have a Yamaha, just make sure you double check it. This thing's already, I can move it with my hand now, and I've literally put it back on the bar twice. So they're horrible. But yeah, you just gotta keep doing it. That's really the only way to learn, is just keep doing it. Once you're not scared of putting it back, then, like for me, when I learned to hand drag, I learned to do that within an hour, because I was just, every time I pulled up, that's what I was just focusing on doing, and I was able to do it. When I learned to, like, I don't know, like stand on the seat and then come and sit down and do all them weird tricks, I learned to do that in one day, because I was just only focusing on that one thing, and I wasn't worried about going back or anything like that, because I was used to it. So that's the very first thing you got to learn. As far as going out on the road, I would definitely learn to do all the slow wheelies first. Get real comfortable with that, and then when you go out on the road, I guess I can go out there and do one for you. But I like to start in, depending on the four-wheeler, 2nd to 3rd gear, pop it up, and then that's when shifting is going to come in handy. A lot of people, they don't even use the clutch when they're in a wheelie. They just shift up because they want to go along. I make sure to use the clutch, but I'm also comfortable enough to use the clutch. So yeah, just pop it up in 3rd, and then I basically, right as it comes up, I shift up. I don't wait at all. That's just what I do. And then depending on how far I go, I'll shift up again to 5th gear, and then just keep on going. My tire pressures aren't even. Just make sure your tire pressure is even, and you'll learn to kind of use your body weight. For me, turning the handlebars helps. Believe it or not, it does help keep the four-wheeler straight, and also just leaning off to the side, whichever way. That's the best way to keep the four-wheeler straight on the road. But yeah, if you paid attention, I pulled it up right as I got it up to that balance point, I shifted up and it just kind of rode it out with the throttle. It's all, there's no body weight except for leaning. Well, there you go, guys. It's gonna be my wheelie tutorial. I know it was not the best, but like I said, it's really, you just gotta do it, you know. I feel like everyone knows how to wheelie. You just gotta do it and keep doing it, and eventually you'll start getting it down. And it's just a matter of having the balls to do it, I guess. You're gonna have that fear, but once you get over that fear, you'll just keep getting better and better, and you'll get to where I am now. Not saying I suck at wheelies, but if you do them enough, you eventually get good at them. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that helps someone. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.